Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Catoosa High School Basketball. Johnny Casillas, along with Jimmy Keeter and the broadcast crew. We are in Catoosa, Oklahoma, the Catoosa Student Activity Center. It's the Locust Grove Lady Pirates and the Catoosa Lady Indians. Well, we just witnessed a great boys basketball game. A fine offensive performance by the Catoosa Indians, Jimmy. We hope the Lady Indians can keep that going, but it's going to be a tough task ahead of them.
Man, it is going to be tough for this Lady Indian squad. They come in 6-11. We know how good Locust Grove is. They come in 12-5. We're going to have to have a complete game, and we're going to have to do everything that we talk about and even turn it up a notch. We are going to have to take care of the basketball here tonight, and we're going to have to play with some confidence and do everything we can to keep these Lady Pirates close.
Yeah. Lady Indians are being introduced here. Jessica Benson and Emma Roy being introduced. Autumn Miller, I believe, is waiting to come out. Faith Hopkins. So you got LeBass, Benson, Roy, Miller, and Hopkins on the floor for Coach Forkiller. And again, you know, this Lady Pirate team is they're a tough bunch.
Yeah, they're real good. They're a big step up from what we had Tuesday night against Wagner. It was nice to see. We talked about the Lady Indians, their struggles in the Port City. They come right back after that and get a win here at the Activity Center against Wagner this past Tuesday night. But here we have the Lady Pirates, and they're definitely they're a step up from the Lady Bulldogs, and Lady Indians are going to have to do everything they can here to take care of the ball. And like I said earlier, just they're going to have to play with confidence and just think that they can compete, and we'll see what happens.
We'll get you the numbers and names of the Lady Pirates here in just a second.
Right off the bat, Hopkins puts his shot up, layup, can't get it to fall. Lady Pirates do come in here once again 12-5 on the season. They've had a lot of success here, and they've had a lot of success against this Lady Indian squad, by the way, over the last few years. So it'd be nice to see if this bunch can keep them in check and come away from this game here tonight with a win. Benson tries to get it back to LeBass. Ball's batted out of bounds, turn it over, and right there for the three-point shot. Indians down early 3-0 here with just 1 minute into this first quarter. Hopkins with the ball right now. Gets it to LeBass.
Ball control is going to be a big issue for the Lady Indians tonight, or it's going to be the biggest key. I mean, it's always certainly a vital, important part of the ball game, but playing against a team like the Pirates, you don't control that ball or take care of the ball, they will eat you up.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. Indians have only had we've had one field goal attempt right now. It was the missed layup earlier down here. Last time we had it, we turned it over, and they turned right around and make a big three. And then just our last possession down here, we turned it over prior to getting a shot off. So we talk about that all the time, but yes, it's important.
Yeah, Faith Hopkins picked up her first foul here with 6:36 left in the first quarter, and that's pretty early for Faith. Number 0 is Sweeney. Number 2 is Spradlin. Number 11 is Barnum, I think, or Bynum. Number 21 is Hunt. And number 30 is Smith. Those are the starters out there for the Lady Pirates. Autumn Miller brings it down breaks through the defense, and again, they were just what we were talking about.
Yeah, when you have 3 people on you, you definitely have somebody else open, but she just didn't have the wherewithal to stop her dribble, pick it up, and make a pass. We talk about it all the time. You know, the best way to break the pressure is with the pass, not the dribble. And, yeah, she got trapped out there mid-court and had a lot of hands poking in at that ball, and they knocked it away, and we turned it over.
Yeah, she looked right, and the person on her left is the one that knocked it out. Shot by Locust Grove, no good. Rebound is by Locust Grove. Put back by number 21, Hunt. Coach Forkiller wants a timeout. We're going to take a short break. We'll be back to the Activity Center. You're watching us on the Catoosa Sports Network.
Spartan College of Aeronautics and Technology's flight program is designed to get you flying in your first week. You can spend less time in lectures and more time practicing what you've learned, so you could be certified in only 12 months. Also, our degree graduates are able to go for their ATP certification with reduced flight hours. Train for a career as a cargo, corporate, or airline pilot. For more information on starting an exciting new career, go to spartan.edu.
Well, we had a pretty good crowd here for the boys' game. It was the first game. It's homecoming night for the Catoosa Indians. It kind of dwindled down a little bit, but still a pretty good crowd on hand.
Yeah, pretty decent crowd, but you're right. A lot of the student section has vacated the building, but there's still a few of them hanging on out there to support these Lady Indians.
Yeah. Faith Hopkins brings it down, spraddling on Hopkins. Faith just throws it up there. It wasn't even close. I don't think it came hit the backboard, did it?
No, she didn't have her feet set. I mean, that was just definitely that was a forced shot, and you're right, it was not even close.
Yeah.
That's what we'll talk about, Johnny. You're going to have to play with a little bit of confidence. This has been a struggle that we've had all year. If things don't tend to go well on the floor, you know, it all translates in your body language and everything else. And I know these girls can play basketball. They're just simply going to have to think and believe that they can.
Locust Grove with the rebound, brings it back out.
Ball swatted away there and turned over, and then Faith Hopkins comes right back in and strips it and takes it the other way for a left-handed layup. It's good.
Faith Hopkins get the Lady Indians on the board here with 4:47 left here in the first quarter. Number 11 is Bynum. Number 2 is Spradlin. Shot by Hunt. It's no good. Delaney LeBass has a free shot at the goal and misses.
Yeah, Delaney didn't put it high enough off the glass.
Yeah.
Now they're going to get Emma Roy right there for the push.
Nope, they got
Hopkins.
Faith Hopkins picks up her second personal foul. That's one thing we didn't want to see. We didn't want to see Faith getting those fouls early. And here at the 4-minute mark, she's already got 2.
Yep, she's the only one that has any fouls, but she certainly does. J.C. Beach on the floor for the Indians now, as well as Maria Ness.
Beach is number 4, Ness is number 2. Possession will go to the Lady Indians on a jump ball. Pruitt checks in for the Lady Indians. A lot of substitutions early here. Usually don't see this until later in the game, so Coach Forkiller's looking to try to break the ice or try to do something.
Well, I think she's wanting to let people know if you're going to be on the floor, you're going to have to take care of the ball. And there was a couple of times there that we just kind of made what I would call, kind of a lazy pass. And right there to get the ball knocked away or stripped and taken the other way.
Yeah. Spradlin with the ball. Beach was on the defense. Ness did a good job of tipping that up. Let's see who it goes to. It's going to go to the Lady Indians. Beach inbounds to Hopkins. That's Spradlin on Hopkins. Now Faith is being double teamed and throws it completely away. Cross-court pass like that is just not, it's ill-advised.
Well, it's obvious the Pirates are going to trap us every single time we bring the ball across midcourt. We know that, so first of all, don't dribble to the boundary. We need to keep the ball in the center of the floor, and realize that pressure's coming, and these girls are going to have to talk to each other and get rid of the ball before they get trapped.
Yeah. Kaylee King is in there now for the Lady Indians. Faith Hopkins back in. There that double team was right at the end. Beach throws it up, no good. Emma Roy tries to go for the rebound and knocks it out of bounds.
Yeah, Emma just couldn't get the handle on it. She was there in position, unable to secure the ball.
Pass outside to number 10. See if we can get her. That's Harley Gian, I think. Spradlin gets the 3 points. The foul's on Wilson, number 12. Timeout on the floor, 2:24 left here in the first quarter. Indians down 15-2. We'll be right back.
At RCB Bank, you are not just a number. You are our neighbor, friend, coworker, PTA partner, business owner down the street, and so much more. We value our relationship with you. We are here to serve you at any of our locations or online at rcbbank.com. With over 50 locations across Oklahoma and Kansas, we're everywhere you need us to be. RCB Bank is your hometown community bank, interested in your financial well-being. RCB Bank, that's my bank.
Jimmy needs another walkie-talkie. 2:24 left here in the first quarter. Hopkins, and again, just the way you were describing it, Jimmy. Once they get past that line, it's a double team, and the trap is on, and it's working.
Oh yeah, it's worked every time.
Benson checks back in. Beach inbounds to Faith Hopkins, and she steps out of bounds.
There again, we inbounded the ball literally on the boundary, and that pass needs to come more to the middle of the court. These girls are going to have to work harder to get open because the ball, the person trying to inbound the ball, they're getting tons of pressure put on them as well, and you have to move without the ball and create a lane to receive the pass.
Shot by for Gibson, no good. Locust Grove, excuse me. Haley, I think it's Giant. I can't hardly read the writing. I think it's Giant. Well, once it's pretty routine. I mean, it's easy for us to see up here, but The girls, the Lady Indians are dribbling the ball and doing it all right, but once they stop, Locust Grove swarms them, and then they don't seem to know how to get out of it.
No, and I'm certainly not suggesting, by the way, that it's easy, because you and I are sitting up here,
right,
and we can see what's happening.
Yeah.
But I do know that at this level of basketball, you have to anticipate and realize what's going on, and do everything you can to avoid that situation. And right off the bat, it's dribble with your head up and realize where the pressure's coming from. And realize that when you have 3 girls on you, somebody's open.
Yeah, foul's on Autumn Miller. That's Autumn's first personal foul. It's the 14th foul on the Lady Indians. Locust Grove puts in a fresh set of legs. Less than a minute left here now in the first quarter. Lady Indians down 18-2. Pass is overthrown. Lady Indians come up with it. 28 seconds. Delaney drives up the middle, but pass was just that hit Beach right in the
it did that
right in the face and went back out of bounds, and yet looked like it hit Beach in the face and went out of bounds, but Indians maintained possession.
Didn't look like it phased JC.
Yeah.
So I think she's good.
That's going to be on Sweeney, I believe, number 0. Nope. Hunt commits the foul, number 21. Autumn Miller with a little soft touch for 2. Right at the buzzer. 18-4, Lady Indians trail it. We'll go to the second quarter. You're watching this on the Catoosa Sports Network.
I guess you can say influence comes in all shapes and sizes. It can push you around and make you feel stupid. It can pressure you to do things you're not really into, and to try to fit in no matter what. It's when you start to recognize the influences around you that you can stand up and just be yourself. My name's Gina, and this is what Above the Influence means to me.
Welcome back to Catoosa Activity Center. Johnny Casillas along with Jimmy Cuter. Lady Indians struggled here early, Jimmy, against Locust Grove, as they did last time these two teams met.
Yeah, Locust Grove is a good club. Just too many mistakes, Johnny. It's we all know what's going on. The problem is how do we correct it, and how do with the talent that we have here, how do we maximize it? And I know Coach Forkiller, she's scratching her head. She's doing all she can to try to get the right people in the right spot. And we have success when we play teams that don't really want to pressure the ball on a full-time basis. Yeah. And we struggle against those teams that have that more intense, more pressure style of defense. And it's a matter of what do we have to do to overcome that.
Yeah. Emma Roy is going to be charged with the foul. When you're talking about finding the right talent, to put out there, that's kind of a daunting task sometimes. But the thing is that we're on the bottom half of the schedule now, and if you didn't see these girls play at the beginning of the season, sometimes you think that they just started the season. If you know what I'm talking about. I mean, I think we know that these girls can play basketball. I mean, that's a gimme. They have the physical talent to do that, but they make so many different errors during the ball game, and most of them are mental. It's like you say, coach scratching her head, trying to find the right combination that'll get these girls back on the board.
Well, and it's, they have to. We talk about we're about ready to wrap up. We're in the bottom 1/3 of the regular schedule. We're actually further, we're deeper in the schedule than that.
Yeah.
We don't have a whole lot of regular basketball left, and like I said the other night on the broadcast, when you get ready to go to postseason, it really doesn't matter what you've done throughout,
right.
but you want to have a little confidence, and
right.
you want to be playing some decent basketball, and yeah, I know I get your point about should we be doing a better job at this late, at this point of the season, and I agree. Yes, we should.
Yeah. So I mean, it's certainly a lot easier for us to sit up here, sit up here around the table with headsets on and do the coaching. It's a heck of a lot easier for us to do that.
Yeah.
And these coaches, they're the ones that really have the task of trying to make that all work, not only for the team but for individuals themselves. There's just it's just kind of hard to figure out sometimes.
Well, and yeah, I agree with that too. But it all gets back yourself, me, everybody in this arena, and everybody that may be watching us on the Catoosa Sports Network right now. Every single one of us are Catoosa Indian fans.
Right.
That being said, we all want and expect that we're going to go out and get it done, and that's a byproduct of being a fan.
Yeah. Rebound goes to Locust Grove. 6 minutes left here in the first half. 20-5. Lady Pirates lead it. Pruitt on the defense. LeBass with the defense. Hunt commits the foul. Maria Ness, the homecoming queen, out there on the court. That was a big thrill for her, being a foreign exchange student, thousands of miles away from home, and she's a homecoming queen of a basketball team.
Yeah, that's something. That's something that she can communicate to her friends back in Norway. Hey, guess what, guys? While I was on my little trip across the ocean to be my exchange student at Catoosa High School, I was the homecoming queen as well. So pretty neat.
Yeah. It'll be something that she will remember the rest of her life, more than likely. Maria with the rebound. Beach brings it down for the Lady Indians. JC's hollering for help. Autumn Miller drives, pulls back up, cross court. Well, if you're going to throw that ball across court, you got to put something on it. If you float it up there, she's lucky that wasn't intercepted.
Yep. Just almost was. Ball was batted out of bounds. And you're right. Back to, JC, she just almost got trapped once again with the ball. It gets back to what I was talking about moving. Whenever you realize that the trap's coming and that you need an outlet, your other teammates have to make themselves available.
Yeah. Another turnover by the Lady Indians. Faith Hopkins checks back in. Well, this game seems to be slipping away more and more away from the Lady Indians.
Yeah, I got a little help there with the over and back, so.
With 4 minutes left here in the first half, you know, this could be could get out of control real easily. So Lady Indians have to hold on, trying to keep chopping away at getting some points on the board, and try to prevent that from happening. Another turnover, three quick turnovers for the Lady Indians.
Yeah, that's the problem. We're getting so much pressure that we're turning the ball over before we even get a chance to take a shot. You know, I'd rather take a bad shot than not a shot at all. So I think these girls need to start realizing they need to look for their shot here, and they need to start taking some, because there's just the intense pressure that they're getting has definitely got them out of sorts.
Yeah. The basket's good by Smith. Faith Hopkins picks up her 4th personal foul. And I guess Coach Forkiller just going to stay with her and let her see how far she goes. Autumn Miller lost control, but it goes out of bounds on Locust Grove. Autumn Miller steps out of bounds. Autumn Miller picks up the foul. It's Autumn's 2nd personal foul. 7th team foul on the Lady Indians. Pruitt and LaBasse back in for Catoosa. The turnover by the Lady Indians. Benson looked like she's holding her knee, her right knee. She might have got kneed really bad. Get a reminder, the Lady Indians will be on the road on Tuesday night. They travel to Miami to take on the Lady War Dogs, and then it's
Thursday. Yeah. It's Thursday night next week as well at Fort Gibson.
Yeah. Then at Fort Gibson, and that the boys' team ought to be real interesting. The girls are like they've always been.
Yeah, the Fort Gibson girls, I still think they're number 2 or 3 in the state.
Yep.
Yeah, same old thing. You know, they just reload every year, and they're always highly ranked and have an impressive record. And yeah, their boys are just probably not as good as the girls relative to the competition this year, but they're always a very good squad.
Yeah. We always talk about that one, especially communities like Fort Gibson, Oklahoma. It's not a big community over there, but boy, they find the talent somehow. I don't know if it's in the water or what it is.
I don't know. We always speculate. You know, Muskogee's a pretty good sized town down there, but yeah, you've got people that live probably on the northeast side of Muskogee. Some of them maybe get transfers, or I don't know really where the district boundaries are, but there's a lot there. And then you have Hilldale just right there on the south side, and you know they've Muskogee's always pretty good. Hilldale's always really good, and Fort Gibson's excellent.
And we say that about Wagner too. Wagner being on the north end, there were they always come up with some real good talent. I don't know if they're pulling from that Muskogee area, but
yeah,
whatever it is, I mean they put together some real competitive ball teams.
Yes, they do.
Football and basketball. And Maroy had a. No, I'm sorry, it wasn't. That wasn't.
That's
Maroy,
a
that was
Bergeron.
Mackenzie Bergeron. Bergeron. Mackenzie just turned around and threw it up there. She needs to take a good shot. She had plenty of time. LaBasse inbounds to Autumn Miller. Miller drives. Wanted to pull up with the jumper. LaBasse back out. I'm not sure why that wasn't traveling, but Autumn Miller, nice layup for two and the foul.
Yeah, Autumn had to put that up with her left hand from the right side, but able to move the ball away just enough, get it up, get the roll, gets the foul, and she'll go to the line to shoot the old school three-point play. Hopefully she can get this free throw knocked down.
Smith commits the foul for Locust Grove. Autumn Miller to line. Maria Ness back in. Pruitt, Miller, Emeroy, Ness, and LaBasse in for the Lady Indians. 2 minutes left here in the first half. 30-7, Lady Indians trail it. Shot is no good. Pruitt comes up with a rebound. Feeds it off to Emma Roy. Emma gets blocked out.
I'm not sure what that.
Yeah, I think the foul is on the bench.
I'm thinking you might be right.
Coach Forkilder's kind of puzzled as to what was going on. It was only a warning because there was no technical call. Right. There was no shooting involved, so. .120 left here in the first half. 30-7, Lady Indians trail. Gets it to LaBasse. Pull-up jumper. No good.
I like that shot right there, Johnny. That was under control, and that's exactly what you need to do. I talk about getting off a shot before you turn it over and looking for your shot. Had a wide open look, just didn't knock it down, but I like that.
Foul's on LaBasse. I think that's her first personal foul. It's the 19th foul on the Lady Indians. More substitutions by the Lady Pirates. King inbounds. Almost a turnover. Locust Grove commits the foul. That's only their 6th team foul.
Yeah, Autumn's having to do a lot of work out here right now. She's kind of carrying the load for this Lady Indian squad. She's a little bit tired, and I think she's a little bit frustrated that just doesn't seem to be getting a lot of help.
Yeah. The Bass feeds off to Ness, shoots it up, no good. Out of bounds on the Lady Indians.
Yeah, it was a great pass there by Delaney. She got the bounce pass perfectly to Maria. Maria just simply couldn't convert the layup, but nevertheless, good pass.
Yeah.
That right there is what Maria can do when she's on the floor playing defense. You know, that wingspan of hers, that shot wasn't even close. That's a good defensive play there.
Yeah. Turnover by the Lady Indians. Autumn Miller with the rebound. 6 seconds left. LaBasse. She had a clear shot at the goal. I'm not sure why she just didn't take it in.
Well, just wanted to share the ball. She thought that Emma was over there, maybe with a little bit better look and a little bit less defensive pressure. But when you didn't mishandled the ball, and that just let the pressure close.
Into the first half, Lady Indians down big here. We're going to take a short break, then we'll bring you back to the floor, and then shortly after that, we'll get you back to the second half action. Game between the Catoosa Lady Indians and the Locust Grove Lady Pirates. You're watching the Catoosa Sports Network.
I am a high school student athlete, which means I'm still learning some of life's most important lessons.
I am learning how to persevere through difficult and challenging times.
And about determination and playing for my teammates.
I'm learning to respect my opponent.
Through participating in activities at my school.
Mom, Dad, Coach.
With time, I won't remember the wins and losses.
But I will remember what I learned about how you acted towards my teammates,
opponents, officials, and other fans.
What lessons do you want me to learn?
Sportsmanship is everyone's responsibility. Do the right thing.
This message was brought to you by the Oklahoma Secondary School Activities Association.
Spartan College of Aeronautics and Technology's flight program is designed to get you flying in your first week. You can spend less time in lectures and more time practicing what you've learned, so you could be certified in only 12 months. Also, our degree graduates are able to go for their ATP certification with reduced flight hours. Train for a career as a cargo, corporate, or airline pilot. For more information on starting an exciting new career, go to spartan.edu.
We're back here to the Activities Center for Catoosa High School basketball. Lady Indians find themselves down big here. As we get this third period underway, Delaney LaBasse right there for two. Delaney's first two of the night. Lady Indians hosting the Locust Grove Pirates here at the Activities Center. It was homecoming here tonight, celebrated earlier this evening. Ethan Richmond was the homecoming king, and our foreign exchange student, Maria Ness, homecoming queen for Catoosa basketball 2020. So that was nice to see. A big night for Maria. She's back on the floor now. She's number 2 on the floor for the Indians. J.C. Beach, Emma Roy, Delaney LaBasse, Maria Ness, and Faith Hopkins. Faith in the game now. She is playing with 4 fouls, but at this point of the game, certainly can leave her in there. That's not really that big of an issue right now. Shots up, no good. Rebound, Emma Roy. LaBasse gets it to right side to Beach. She looks inside, gets it back to the top to Hopkins. The left side to LaBasse. She's going to drive back to Ness. Jumper from the free throw line, no good. Rebound to the Pirates. Push it up the floor, dish it off, 3-point shot, it's good. Pirates going to continue to put the pressure on the ball. Continue that trap style offense where they try to get you trapped before you get it to the half court, and then as soon as you get it across, they are going to trap you. 35-9 with 6 minutes remaining here in the third. Hopkins with the drive, puts it up with the left hand. She's going to go to the line to shoot 2. Faith has 2 points here on the night for the Indians. Team-wise, we only have 9, so she's got 2 of those, and she's at the line. She'll shoot 2. First one's up, it's good. Back on the floor for the Lady Indians is Autumn Miller. Faith's good on the second. I always talk about Faith and her free throw shooting. She does an excellent job at the line. And right there, she steps up and knocks down 2, 35-11. Shots up. I think they're going to get LaBasse on the foul. They do. That should be Delaney's second personal. And that is the first team foul here early in this third period. J.C. Beach checks back in for the Indians. Want to remind everybody, if you're looking at the schedule, the game that has been on the schedule for tomorrow night at Okmulgee, that game will not be tomorrow night. That game has been rescheduled. I believe it will be 2 weeks from tonight, which is Valentine's night. February 14th is when that game has been rescheduled. Also let you know that next week, boys and girls will be in action. Tuesday night on the road at Miami, and next Thursday night on the road at Fort Gibson. So everybody get out, support these boys and girls squads. Love to see you down there or up there at Miami or down at Fort Gibson. But if you're unable to go, then feel free to join us here on the Catoosa Sports Network. We will be broadcasting those games. Beach gets the ball intercepted, tried to get it to Hopkins, takes it the other way. JC gets back on the defensive end, gets the block, but they're going to call her for the foul. Foul is on JC. That's her first personal. That's the third Lady Indian team foul here in the second half. Once again, want to say congratulations to the boys. They had a big win earlier tonight since it was homecoming. The boys played the first game, and the girls have the nightcap. But boys squad got a big 30-point-plus win over a pretty good club from Locust Grove. So congratulations to them. LaBasse on the drive. She's going to go ahead and pull it back out to the top. She's under pressure. Drives left, gets trapped, gets it back to Hopkins. Hopkins' three-point shot. It's up. It's good. Check that. Make it a 2. Faith has 6 points on the night. Indians down 37-13 with 4:40 remaining here in the third. Three-point shot, no good. Autumn Miller with the outlet pass up the floor, gets it to Beach. She's got Hopkins trailing on the left side. JC puts it high off the glass. It's good. JC has 3 points on the night, 15-37. Indians trail, but on a little bit of a run here. Sweeney with the ball. She's guarded by Beach. Gets it to the left side. Three-point shot. It's up. It's good. Madison Smith. Miller gets it to LaBasse. She gets it back to the middle to Emma Roy. Puts a shot up. Going to get the, no, she doesn't, man. Just almost gets the roll. Falls out. Basket's no good, but Emma at the line to shoot 2. Fouls on Bynum. That's her first personal foul. That's the second Lady Pirate team foul here of the second half. Emma Roy good on the first free throw. Bethany Pruitt back in for the Indians. Emma knocks them both down. 40-17 with 3:30 remaining here in the third period. Deep three, no good. Right there for the rebound. Bethany almost had it, unable to get it. Smith with the shot, it's up, it's good. Pruitt took a step before she dribbled. They get her for traveling. Back on the floor for the Lady Indians, Kaylee King. Indians trail at 42-17. There's 2:50 remaining here in the third period. Beach on the guard. Garden Smith, three-point shot from the left side put up. It's no good. It's an air ball. Autumn Miller has it. Here come the Indians. Gets it up court quick. Faith Hopkins pull-up jumper, no good. Emma Roy fighting for the rebound. Can't get it. Out of bounds off the Indians. Shot from the left side is no good. Faith Hopkins gets the rebound. They got a 2-on-1 breakaway. Faith's got it. Right side, puts it off the glass. It's good. Faith has 6 just in this third period alone. Had 2 in the first. She has 8 on the night. Spradlin with a three-point shot. It's short. J.C. Beach with the rebound. Getting pressure from the backside. Didn't realize it. Ball's punched away. We turn it over. Push it up the floor quickly for the Pirates. Shots up. It's good. J.C. unaware that she had the Wolf trailing her and punched that ball away. An easy layup on the other end for the Pirates. Emma Roy with a left-handed shot. It's up. It's no good. Rebound to the Pirates. Less than a minute to play here in the third. Push it up the floor quick. Layup shot, it's good. 46-19 with 45 seconds here in the third. Hopkins long three, it's way short. Off the mark. Out of bounds off Faith, ball shooter. Strong move to the bucket. There's going to draw the foul. Foul's going to be on number 21. That's Autumn Miller. That's Autumn's 4th personal. That will be the Indians' 4th team foul here in this third period. Coming back in, Pruitt Ness for the Lady Indians. Hopkins gets it across the timeline, still getting pressure. Trying to get a little bit of space there for herself. Puts the shot up. It's no good. Rebound to the Lady Pirates. 5 seconds. Going to have to get one off here quick. From the left corner, from the top of the key, at the buzzer. Shot's up. It's well short. We'll be right back to wrap this game up. We'll bring you the fourth. You're watching us here on the Catoosa Sports Network.
At RCB Bank, you are not just a number. You are our neighbor, friend, coworker, PTA partner, business owner down the street, and so much more. We value our relationship with you. We are here to serve you at any of our locations or online at rcbbank.com. With over 50 locations across Oklahoma and Kansas, we're everywhere you need us to be. RCB Bank is your hometown community bank, interested in your financial well-being. RCB Bank, that's my bank.
48-19, Lady Indians trail as we move on to the fourth and final period here in this game. Lady Indians hosting the Locust Grove Pirates here on homecoming night. Once again, want to say congratulations to the homecoming king and queen. The king was Ethan Richmond, and queen was our foreign exchange student from Norway, Maria Ness. So congratulations to both of them. Big night for them. Going to welcome back Johnny to the booth here, Johnny. It's a little bit better third period there for the Indians. They put in, made 12 points just that one period, so much better play, but still,
long way to go.
Long way to go.
A lot of catching up to do, but and only 8 minutes to do it, so. 48-19. Lady Indians trail it here. Hunt with the 2 points for Locust Grove. Pruitt, Autumn Miller. Ball is short. Ness comes up with the rebound. LaBasse drives underneath, pull-up jumper, no good. Now, this, a good example of what we're talking about is, talent-wise, Locust Grove pulls people off the bench. They score 3-point shots, layups. It's just the talent that some of these smaller communities either develop or just come into. I don't know which one it is. You and I were talking off the air. We don't know where it comes from, but we just don't have that luxury for some reason.
No, we don't. You wonder where the disconnect is between the varsity program, the middle school programs, and as it relates all the way down to the youth programs. We've got a lot of student athletes that take part in all that. It's just, I don't know. It'd be interesting to know what the numbers are between how many players in basketball per class do you have, and then how does that progress once you get into freshmen? Do they all play at the younger age groups because mom and dad want them to play, and then once they get in high school, they start making their own decisions and they decide whether they want to play sports or not? There's probably a lot of that. That's probably the case. But somewhere there's a disconnect between the farm system that we have going on here.
Yeah, and you're right. It's hard to figure out where that disconnect is, because I think one of the things that happens, in my opinion, is that when they're down in the lower grades and the youth programs and even junior high and such, once they hit this varsity level, it's just a whole different world to a lot of these kids, and quite honestly, and this probably sounds pretty old-fashioned, and I'm sure that it is. When you and I were playing, once we hit the high school level, I mean, we got our second win. I mean, we were ready.
Yeah.
We couldn't wait to get out on the field, but by the same token, we didn't have Game Boys and all these other things that a lot of kids have nowadays, or they can sit in front and play games on TV for hours upon hours. We didn't have that.
No.
They call it a luxury now, but we didn't have that opportunity. I don't know if we would have, even if we did, because, like for me, I mean, my love was for baseball. I lived and breathed it.
Oh, I know.
But we still have those kind of athletes. I mean, I'm not saying that we don't. We still do, but you can tell, and you can tell the teams that you heard about when they were doing all the accolades and things about Kobe Bryant, about his work ethics and how he practiced so hard and all that other stuff, and to become the greatest basketball player ever, probably.
Yeah.
So with us, the way we see the kids now in the school district, you being on the school board and me doing what I do, there's just a vast difference in the kids.
Yeah, there is, for sure. It's
it doesn't mean that they don't have that passion. Your question is, where is that disconnect? Well, they seem to be real anxious and ready to go and willing to do it up to a certain level, and then for some reason, or at least what we're seeing is, we seem to fall off a little bit, and I'm not sure why. Well, I'll give you another good example. Is a few years ago, our softball program was pretty much on top, but we had a very, very strong youth and summer league going here for about 4 or 5 years or so. This was 10, 12 years ago, and that translated into some very strong high school softball teams.
Yeah.
and we really reap the rewards of that. There's no more summer league here.
Nope.
I don't know where all the youth in this area go to play softball, if they do, but you can tell the difference. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. This is a real. It's a touchy subject, but it's because you're afraid about your opinion may hurt. So some people may be listening to this or watching it and say, and their kids play in the youth program. That doesn't mean that's not a good. That's a good thing. I mean,
absolutely.
The more they can do in that, that's great. But like you hit the nail right on the head. There's a disconnect somewhere. Unfortunately, we don't know where that's at.
No, and this is that's the reason why I always preface everything I say on this Catoosa Sports Network about the fact that first and foremost I am a huge fan, as
Absolutely.
I know you are, of everything Catoosa.
Yeah.
We want to see our student athletes succeed.
Right.
And we're certainly not trying to be coaches. We don't have anything to do with coaching. But we have opinions and we want to see success, and we don't want to see it just for us, just so that we can say we're from Catoosa and we have a good squad. We want to see it for these young ladies that are playing basketball right now.
Absolutely.
That's who we want to see the success for.
Yeah.
And until we can get to some level of success, and that's not to say that we don't have success. We just won a game Tuesday night.
Yeah.
But it's trying to get to the level where we have success and are competitive each and every game.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. And like in this program that we have here, the Catoosa Sports Network, and the televising we do, this is really not for me or you or any of it. And the students that I have, I instill on them that our sole purpose is to give these young athletes, these student athletes, the exposure that they deserve, and to help them to make it to look as good as we can on and off the court.
Yeah.
Give them their accolades that are due to them. That's our job. It's not for us to look good or sound good. It's to help them and give them the exposure that they need, that we think they deserve.
Oh, absolutely they deserve. Who wouldn't want to be showcased on a live stream every time you step on a basketball court or every time you step on a football field?
Yeah.
And a few baseball, a few soccer, a few wrestling.
Right.
It's a great way to showcase their skills, their accomplishments, and it's a great program for everybody involved.
Yeah. 2:23 left here. Yeah, go ahead.
That being said, it's hard to sit here and stay completely positive when the score is currently 61-21.
Yeah.
So that's you try to make the best of every situation you get in, and and that's why we've had this discussion here tonight. We've been behind badly this entire game.
Yeah.
And you just try to figure that out.
Yeah. And you will never hear us on or hopefully you haven't, but I'm pretty sure that you haven't. You will never hear us bash our teams. I mean, we try to put a positive spin on everything. 62-21. We still, when the girls are doing good and showing they're at least out there trying, they haven't given up. And the girls know what their talent range is. I mean,
they do.
They see the score just like everybody else.
Yep.
So, they're not just all saying, "I'm not going to go back out there and play basketball."
No.
And that's why we can honestly say and be truthful about the fact that we are Catoosa High School, sports fans. I mean, we love these kids.
That's for certain.
And we've been through some rough times. You probably don't. You might remember, but at one time in our basketball program, we had games where we finished games with 4 players, and because we didn't have enough kids out. So and yet we were there. We were there supporting them. So the bottom line is, is actually a question. What is the answer? Well, if we knew that, we'd write a coaching book and be millionaires.
Yeah, I think you're right. And the answer is we certainly don't know the answer.
Right.
But we know that we'd like to see improvement. I mean, we know that for certain.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's been nights, quite honestly, in all the sports where we'd give anything if we'd get down there and help them.
Yeah.
Block for them or do something.
Right there. Kaylee King, a big three.
(24-64), Lady Indians with a minute and a half left here in the ball game. Again, a reminder: the Lady Indians will be on the road on Tuesday night as we travel to Miami, Oklahoma, to take on the Lady War Dogs. Always a nice place to go. Go alma mater.
Yep.
So.
Pretty good free throw shooting right there. Bethany Pruitt just stepped up there and knocks them both down.
Less than a minute left here in the ball game. Lady Indians taking it on the chin here. 64-26. Pruitt brings it down for the Lady Indians. She's going to go coast to coast with it and gets the 2 points.
Bethany's another one. She's out there kind of in a mop-up role here tonight, but she definitely gets playing time at the varsity level, and that right there shows you why she does.
Yeah. (66-28), 15 seconds left. Lady Indians struggle all night, 66-28. Again, there's not a lot to say. I mean, it just, far out talented team, the Lady Pirates, than the Lady Indians, and they just kind of lick their wounds and go on.
Yep, we just once again we say congratulations to the king and queen of the homecoming here tonight. Ethan Richmond, your king. And Maria Ness, the queen, and definitely join us next week as we move on to continue the pursuit here. Continue to lift these girls up and watch them compete. As Johnny has said, we're going to go to Miami and we'll go to Fort Gibson next week.
That'll do it for us here in the Activity Center. For Jimmy Keeter and all the broadcast crew, John Casillas. So long, everybody.